Good evening, fans of Rando, and welcome to another presentation of the 2025 Link to the Past Randomizer main tourney. We are in a Game 3 of Round 1. 2 games were not enough to sort this one out, so we're going to go to a Game 3 with some Kabuki tonight. I am Taylor116, and I am joined in the booth by Arya Stark2942. Hello.
Hello, Talon. How are you tonight?
I am ready for Rando.
Yes, you noted this is Game 3. We were here for Game 1 just a few days ago. Rick filled in for you in Game 2. I was here, and yeah, just round it out. Best of 3, two excellent players taking it to the limit. So yeah, pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, 2 Titans of Rando. 2 games, not enough. Needs a third. So let's do Kabuki.
Yep. And for those who might not be familiar, Kabuki is basically 80 keys with a Kaz boot start. And so you're going to get the boots, you're going to get the sword, go through the escape sequence. The question I always have these days with Kabuki is, are we going to get to go into Castle Tower?
I feel like I saw that a lot in the quals and then in the practices and in groups. It felt like, I don't know. It felt like over 50% you ended up in Castle Tower.
Yeah, it looks like we are slightly desynced, and we'll see if we can rectify that. Because yeah, it's like, oh wow, it's about a 20-second or so difference.
Tyler was just really sleepy, getting those extra minutes to bed.
And yeah, it looks like we're getting some help behind the scenes. So we've got these racers synced up here. Dr. Earworm doing a great job. I think he's aiming to play cross keys too, so taking some time out of his evening to help us. So that's 2 GT smalls already. That is interesting.
That seems fine.
I mean, it's not like this is a reduced entry to GT or anything, so these keys are not really going to be helpful anytime soon.
Because it's the standard start, and sometimes there's a struggle to find things to talk about as we see these high execution runners doing what they do best. So I noticed that Sean grabbed 2 magic pots and Tyler did not. Do you like grabbing the small magics?
I usually default to doing it because it's almost like muscle memory at this point. But usually I've kind of changed to grabbing 1. I don't think it really means that much, but it's just what I tend to do. How about you?
I'd like to grab at least 1, and I only do it because if I find a hammer and the powder, and then I don't have magic to magic bat and Kakariko, I feel really silly. And that is literally the only reason. Like, there's nothing else behind it, which is a super niche possibility, and yet that's what I do.
I thought it might be because if you find a fire rod, then it can save you a little bit on the ball and chain. But that's also a very good reason, yeah.
No, it's a really bad reason. It's so unbelievably niche that would happen, and then you find no magics that, and what are the odds it's bat it's going to mean anything anyway. All right, Tyler attracting a little bit more attention with that green guard, having to delay to kill him off. But let Sean bring this right back. Not that there was a massive difference to begin with. A lot of small keys in the castle.
Yeah, we did see the Hyrule Castle small, so it's a little boring. Gil makes a good point in chat. Yeah, that grabbing at least 1 magic pot is also preferable to in this mode because of the castle tower aspect we mentioned earlier that I guess we're not going to see, but a lot of times you just get cape and you need to be able to get through that barrier.
Yeah, that's a way better reason than the one I had. Great job, Gilgamesh. Proud of you. You're my hero.
Yeah, so we got the Hyrule Castle small, we got a TR small and 2 GT smalls. How how exciting. We got some bombs.
I'm here for an early TR dip. Why not? Fire rod on laser bridge. Anyone? Something silly.
I mean, if that happens, we know we've got an interesting race that's probably going to have some divergence, so I guess we take it.
I'm not the biggest fan of ad keys because I just don't feel like I do very well at it. But I like the kabuki aspect because it just takes. I mean, not just because it gives you a sword and boots, but it also it takes the castle completely out of it. Like, okay, cool, this is completely clear. You never have to come back here again. You know, unless you're heading to Castle Tower. It's just one section fully marked off the map, and that does a lot of things for my thorough brain.
I mean, I think that's totally fair.
$20 and not a buyer key or something? Come on.
Yeah, we just need to like go down the dungeon counter here. Got the GT keys, TR, Meyer, get a nice small. Yeah, and I think while we are wrapping up this escape sequence, yeah, this is game 3. Winner of this one will move on to play 2C, who beat Nobly in his own game 3 earlier today.
Two-C very strong runner in their own right. I like seeing a lot of these matches going to 3 games. It really complements the runners and their abilities.
Absolutely.
A couple of sub 515s, we'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, free hammer and sang, cool. Yeah, given those text boxes, that escape was pretty efficient for both players.
Yeah, that was a great job from both runners. Anything sub 520 and I'm feeling pretty good about life.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, we're probably going to see both players go the same general route here. Tree pole, crab pole, both of them having single bombs.
Yeah, lots of explosives in Hyrule today.
Ooh, small?
Little baby key.
Okay. It's definitely not ominous. Surely we don't need that one.
No, it's like pot 6 confirmed or something.
Pot 6, GT4. No, we can't be
that's why
GT4.
we already had. Yeah, that's why we already have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Game's doing them a solid early.
Hey, bombs.
Heard you like
Finally.
bombs.
Gil's betting that it's CT2. You should probably rush it, Gil.
Those silly glitch players and their silly abilities. Is there a way to glitch into the lumberjack tree?
Oh, I mean, probably at this point. It's coming to a league season near you.
Bingo for league, what?
Bingo for league, yeah. Glitch bingo if everybody agrees. Hey, that's not a small key.
Tell you what, I'm a fan of having that early though, because it's
Yeah, the ice
not
big.
hard, not quote unquote required. So I don't mind having it quick.
Yeah, the last Kabuki I commed, that was the deciding aspect of the seed. One player having the ice big key and the other not, and a pendant big key being in the ice big chest.
That's disgusting.
Game over. Alright, so nothing of real note in the, well, 3/4 of a heart. That's exciting. $100 for a mirror, though. We'll take that.
Another object very much like to have early. Cross keys players unite.
Yeah, for sure. Early mirror and hammer? No, that's not cross keys.
Oh yeah, fair. Lots of
You get one
on a health
max.
start too.
Yeah, both players are going to be sitting on 7 hearts here. Oh, Castle Tower 1 in the back of the tavern.
I'll take Castle Tower for Dark World access, please.
Yeah.
Greatest ad
yeah,
keys ever.
Yeah, that's not even a joke. I think I actually had that like at least 2 times, maybe 3 times the last Kabuki tournament. I'm like, I'm gonna take it because it's one less,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, tiny thing hunt at the end of the game.
yeah. One less thing to try to look for in GT.
Alright, so Tyler spied the race game item, didn't want it. Sean's just gonna check it. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna side with Sean on this one. I would normally blind check it because my brain thinks it's ad keys. There's more things to the pool I might need. Da 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 da.
And along those lines, I'm stubborn enough that if I do blind check it and it's just $20, I'm picking up that $20.
Oh yeah, if I blind check it, I'm picking up whatever it is. I took the time. This is mine now.
Tyler has picked up the book here in the dam. Definitely not interested in going over to desert right now.
No. It's kind of a rough choice here because you don't have the money for Zora either. I mean, you could water walk for the waterfall if you want to, but having the book, maybe spying the ledge item is something that's on your mind.
Yeah, the book. I mean, I think the Saha Eastern area probably happens first. Obviously, we have Mini Moldorm Cave. Well, there's a glove, so
Right. Yeah.
Mountain. Out of Logic Mountain.
Pod key. We like pod keys. We want lots of those.
Yeah, first one we've seen of those. Yeah, as you noted, it does kind of stink to set up a water walk, go to the Zora area, not be able to do Zora, but, you know, worst case, you can maybe, hopefully get the couple items in Waterfall, maybe water walk back out, get the guy under the bridge, just to knock out those annoying checks.
Oh yeah, 100%. Setting up that water walk and being able to just fast travel through all those essentially is the way to do it. Both runners going for that 50-50 bomb. Good game knowledge there. Not that bombs aren't everywhere.
No, this seed is nothing but bombs. Like Kylie Island is a piece of heart we're never getting. Okay, so Tyler's just gonna knock out the guy under the bridge here and keep Waterfall Ferry for when he goes back to the Zora area.
Yeah, I gotta say I like your idea a lot better actually, of just grabbing the waterfall and then running back out.
Yeah, I can see it both ways. Like, what Sean's doing here does, like, you know, again, it's gonna knock out a couple checks. You know, they're flipper locked, but you get them. Such as another pod small. But on Tyler's side, it does incentivize you more to go to the Zora area for 4 items rather than 2. At the very least, Tyler's going to knock out the Saha check here. Be interested to see if he goes into Eastern. Nice lamp.
Alright, Cage, nice call in chat there.
Yeah, that puts those mountain checks into Logic, so yeah, you're definitely not going to Eastern here. good percentage of the mountain can get done. Can't yet beat Hera, but especially with Paradox in logic, you got to figure that there's going to be something of note up here, and hopefully it can help you with Dark World access and/or doing much more in these two dungeons that we have partial access to.
It'd be real interesting in Paradox to pull like a desert big. Having Firebook and Glove.
Yeah, I think what you're looking for up here is direction.
What I mean, my guess, you're just gonna spike the Pearl in Paradox or Hera, right?
Yeah, probably at this rate. Yeah, Sean is gonna diverge here, gonna make the dive into Eastern. Pearl's just vanilla. Oh, we have a big key inside Spec Rock, a small key atop Spec Rock.
And both are Hera, calling it.
I think Tyler would probably be ecstatic if that was the case.
I would be ecstatic if that's the case. I'm not even in this race.
Yeah. Like hyper. Oh my gosh, it was. All right, that's one of them. All right, that's Hera big. Sean got a big key too in Eastern to Skull big, but
Yeah,
big.
Skull. Another one of those. You've never been there. You don't mind finding it early.
All right, can we do it? Hera
Listen,
base,
I was the fourth best runner in the group of 3. I'm telling you, this is it.
Oh. So close.
That would have been ridiculous.
It really would have. That would have been all-timer. Ether Tablet is garbage. But, you know, this is an additional thing that Tyler's going to be able to have when going to Eastern and possibly the pod area together later. Because... Oh wait, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong dungeon. The green pendant is Eastern, not Hera, silly.
Okay, Meyer, settle down.
Gil making a fair point in chat about the value of Meyer keys.
Yeah, especially in this kind of a, you find one, okay, that's nice, convenience, but after that, you're like, whatever.
Nice bomb jump from Tyler for a sword in the big chest. And there's the pearl. Oh, that was close to vanilla. That was almost.
Very close to vanilla.
Oh,
really,
this guy's killing it.
Yeah, didn't see anything in Eastern that really advanced anything for Sean, so they'll follow up the mountain, I would guess.
Yep. I feel like it was a worthwhile dive. I probably would have picked Tyler's route myself.
Yeah, oh yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Especially in a keys mode, just diving Eastern and seeing what you can get and then moving on, especially with a lamp. It just did work out this time. I don't think it was a bad call at all. All right, Crystal 1. 18 minutes in.
So Tyler's going to give us a look at the right side of the mountain.
Well, they'll find Castle Tower 2 to go with their Master Sword and Lamp.
That's another one of those situations where I would be totally down with that. Like, let's allow us to beat and clear dungeons right now.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
I mean, you have access to Dark World other ways now. Like, you don't have to have it, but I mean, I'd be really happy. Just okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's what Tyler has. Assuming there's nothing in Paradox and Spiral, which is really not a great assumption to make, but even even doing that as a thought exercise. Like, you're in the part of the AD keys where you have a ton of options, you have basically nothing that's beatable. So anything that would give you a semblance of pretty clear direction is very welcome at this point.
Pod 3 is interesting.
Yeah, pod 3 and a hook shot. Sean also pulled off the bomb jump inside Spec Rock, gets his fire small. Go with small for Tyler. That's actually a really nice key to get in AD keys because you don't. It's not like cross keys where you have that guaranteed small key.
Tyler grabbing another pod small at a paradox. That's 4.
Yeah, that's definitely would probably be raising some red flags. No bow. You really don't. Yeah, no bow, no big key. You really don't want to be heading over there yet.
I could just imagine the runners in Paradox being like Fire Rod, Desert Big, Thief's Not Big. Like anything to give them a clear, I can go here and do this.
No, let's just make your incomplete options, slightly more alluring, but also equally frustrating.
Absolutely.
Tyler's going to start in Hype Cave. Gets 2 shields, 3?
That
would have been an insta-redeem.
I had a feeling. Did you see that seed that had the 3 shields in it?
I did. It was magic.
That was unbelievable.
Doc deserves a raise for redeeming that.
Yeah, dreams are made of those kind of things.
Sean got his Pearl, his Master Sword. Tyler bypassed doing Bombo's Tablet, which I think is totally okay. Saving it maybe for after Smith Chain when you go into Swamp, or maybe before you go to Desert. It is a little slow to go to Bombo's Tablet, those transitions, and then come all the way back. Flippers on Stumpy.
Yeah, Bombo's Tablet is one of those checks that you kind of get clumped in with other ones, and so may just not be thinking of it right now.
Tyler's going to play the arrow game here.
Alright, very clean fight from Sean on the other side of the screen as well, grabbing their first crystal. We'll head over and clean up Paradox, and then we'll see how they want to attack the Dark World.
Oh, nice mitts on the dig game.
We love to see it.
That, yeah, it's going to save you mirror transition here, or a couple actually. Does make this Smith chain a little bit obnoxious.
I think I'd do it. I think I'd just do it right here. Go back down, turn in the purple chest, get the Bombo's Tablet like you were talking about. Then you can either just save and quit and attack the Dark World from the north. You can keep going to Pyramid Catfish or Pod area. Like, there's options here to just include it now. Yeah, or just be like, purple chest is trash and go into Thieves' Zone. Like, I'm good with either of those.
Oh, nice fire rod.
What's your opinion on Skullwoods?
Yeah, I think Tyler might be saying purple chest is trash. Let's go to this other stuff. Namely Skull, but all the stuff in Village.
I want to be clear. Purple trash is trash. So.
Oh, okay, that's fair. No, Tyler. Yeah, I think this is fair too.
Yeah, I think this goes back to the Eastern Mountain play. One, could appeal over the other. I agree, but I think you can make arguments for both. Go down and finish this. You never have to worry about these long fetches again. Clearly, the Swamp Small will be on Bombo's tablet. They can just go to the swamp here.
Anybody for Ice Palace?
Yes, absolutely. I've got the big key. Nice palace all day. Who needs the cane?
Who needs the cane? Who needs half magic? Well, you need half magic.
Oh yeah. Well, okay,
Well,
look,
there's
Ice Small. I mean, I'm feeling really good about Ice right now.
If it wasn't, yeah.
You've got Ice Small and Ice Big? Come on. You got this.
And no magic reserve.
If that would have been half magic or a bottle, I'd been like, what about now? Never mind.
If it was half magic, I would be tempted, and I think Tyler would be tempted too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but to what you're saying exactly, with the Fire Rod and no reserve magic, you have to have a perfectly full bar and miss nothing to crack the shell, or else it's just a big waste of time.
Yeah, or get back to sword beams, and Tyler was already at half health.
Right. Yeah. So no, I like this play just fine. So Tyler's rotting in the early Dark World really was able to pay off finding those mitts in a really good location. So
yeah, Sean went to talk to the bomb guy. I did not actually see what the 5.6 were. I'm trying to figure it out from his tracker, but he uses emo, and I'm not used to it.
it looks like Swamp Thievestown.
Swamp and Thieves.
Okay, Thievestown small, sure.
Oh, yeah. We could put that back. Be okay. It's another sad day for ledgers, too, here at the pyramid. Tyler's been dodging ledgers all series long.
Sean gonna lean on that one key they found and see if there's anything in Castle Tyler while they do this route. I'm not against it since you decided to come this way. Why not? Yeah.
Oh, well, I think you're very pro route now.
That's the good stuff. It's the best safety in the game.
It really is.
It's the best. It solves so many problems. Shovel, okay.
Yeah, I think Sean's just gonna try to knock out as many of these kind of obnoxious checks, and then maybe start the Dark World loop after King's Tomb Graveyard Ledge. Tyler picks up the OK Boomerang. Immediately switches to the OK Boomerang. TR small on Catfish, that's nice. I mean, we definitely need at least 3 of those.
Yeah, that could be one that sits out of place for a little bit. So definitely nice to just pick that one off the map now and go.
The nice thing for Tyler having this Skullwood Small is it just makes the routing here pretty clean, about as clean as it's going to get in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And then appealing to finding those mitts, and then immediately into the Fire Rod, we'll be able to just come in here, do this one time, and be out.
Yeah, right now the route for Tyler basically is going to be rush Moth after doing the vanilla big key chest. Come back out to the checks that Sean's been doing. Sean getting a bottle in Graveyard Ledge. And then probably go into the Catfish Zora checks because Tyler has not been to the Zora area.
Yeah, saving that Pyramid Fairy Waterfall Fairy and the Zora area, then having the mirror when going over there, we'll just be able to loop all that in at once.
Rubber Ledge is a full heart, but we're not going to be getting that today. Very nice moth fight from Tyler. For another crystal. Did see Sean just grab the mushroom from the front of Skull. And a big key to Pod.
That's a very interesting place for that particular big key.
Yes, because that Skullwood's big is in Eastern, where Tyler has not been.
Head's dead. Nice Cane also just sitting in Skullwoods.
Yeah, pretty solid slate of items here. And another tier, small. Alright.
So that's what, 3 TR smalls we know about? Cane, Fire Rod, Mitts. I'm just saying. Just saying. I mean, still need a medallion. Not biting on that hook quite yet. I'm just saying, if that position, I'd want to know what the medallion for TR is. Yeah, definitely that the Skullwoods big chest having that big key is going to be something to watch. To see how quickly Tyler wants to go back and check that one-off check, because he'll have pretty much everything in this part of the world finished except Thieves Town, and that may even get done depending whenever that big key shows up.
Yeah, I could definitely see Tyler doing Ice Palace after this loop, because he's going to be able, especially now with Samaria, he's going to be able to beat it pretty readily.
Yeah, and if they continue over to the north checks, having that bottle of blue will pretty much just solidify, I can do this easy.
After that becomes interesting though, because there's a lot of available and in logic checks in the Pod Eastern area, but can't beat either of them yet. Sean is going to be able to knock out a couple checks that Tyler wasn't here. Sick Kid, thanks to the bottle and Graveyard Ledge. The shovel when doing the Smith Chain, because that was in Thieves Town. We'll probably see the mushroom turn in here. The kid has the desert big.
Okay, a little more direction for us.
And it looks like Sean is going to aim to set up a fake powder.
I don't mind this play. With the half magic, it's a little bit harder to play that bar some, but again, it's just one more annoying check you don't have to worry about. And Sean's kind of been that thorough route so far, diving into Eastern, getting the ledge and catfish, coming over and getting the one-offs in the north. And this is just kind of like one more part of that idea.
Apologies. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, they got it.
Alright, Tyler getting his small key to Turtle Rock from Catfish. Fake powder does not pay off. Sad day for the bat. I think Tyler's direction's going to be made even more clear here by the fact he's not going to have pod money after doing Zora, so...
Oh yeah, that's a great shout.
But we did see big key on Zora ledge. $500 gets us a superfluous Skullwood Small. Thank you, Zora. Sean gets his mitts.
Yep, we're gonna want that.
Yeah, GT big key. Absolutely take it. Tyler's gonna follow up on this shovel here. We'll be interested to see if he actually goes and does Sick Kid right after this, because yeah, he's not really incentivized to go back to that area anytime soon. We'll take Blue Mail.
Yeah, we could see Sean here finishing this Smith route and going just right into Desert Palace.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit less than enthused about grabbing that fire rod after making those Skullwood checks already, but he does have plenty of options.
Yeah, they could always just put off the back of Skullwoods until they find the Themestown Bing, until they find a flute and then need to activate it. Or could just run up and just take care of it now if they want to. But yeah, as you predicted, Tylersalt into Ice Palace now.
Yeah, that does look like Sean's play.
Again, kind of going with that thorough of, I can mop this entire corner out, and then the whole north of the Dark World's completely done. I never have to worry about it again. You're probably hoping, the Themestown Big is back here and can just continue that thorough type route.
Yeah, that would be about as ideal. That would be about as ideal as things could get.
Absolutely. We'll see if they want to go back and grab the purple chest after this and continue that route, or decide to do something else.
Yeah, I feel like that's a tough call. It does risk leaving several things that are pretty freely available and have been in play for a while. But it also takes a hot minute to run out of the back of Skullwoods. Tyler finds the ice compass, so he knows how many junk items he's found thus far, and it's 4.
Yep, echoing what you said about the run out of Skullwoods, it definitely is a time sink if that's what we want to do, so... I could see, again, it's how Sean wants to play it now that he's come back up to this corner. Sure, another safety bottle.
Yeah, you'll definitely take it. Tyler did pick up blue mail, so that does help with this fight, but he doesn't have half magic. Sean is putting that to full use here against Moth, spamming Fire Rod, and it's working.
When I was a kid growing up playing this, that's the one I thought that was the only way that would happen. It didn't even occur to me that your sword could do anything. Randomizer opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I was so dumb. I had no
Well, I
idea.
mean, I don't know if it's dumb. It's just like, I don't know how you're supposed to intuit things fully the way that we get to in Randomizer.
Well, it's like the typical Zelda mentality. I found it in the dungeon, so that must be what I need.
I feel like that in particular has been something I've heard quite a few people say, and it makes sense.
Sean with the pet check, realizing the pet is dead, and yeah, he's gonna run out of here. So yeah, gonna keep that thorough mindset continuing of, I'm just gonna literally knock everything out in the way, leave nothing behind, and just complete the wave.
Yeah, Tyler. Oh, this is an interesting call. Looks like Tyler's gonna use the red to get back to sword beams to try to dupe his fire rod shots. He got a little unlucky. I think he kind of got door sucked when one of the Baris in the drop down room dropped a heart. Gets a TR small and a pendant, but yeah, this dungeon was not interesting.
Well, that's all 4 TR smalls.
It sure is. It sure is. So
Games are pretty plentiful with the small keys. I mean, we'll take a swamp small at this point, and a castle tower if they want to keep it up.
that seems too convenient.
Right.
Drag it out a little bit. Tyler's gonna do the Dark Death Mountain checks. I think this makes sense. Sean gets his flippers.
Seeing so many TR keys, I want to know what that medallion is.
Is the medallion under the doorstep?
I'm feeling Vanilla Quake today for TR. Yes.
That sounds interesting.
Boo.
Yep, Bumbos for TR. Sean gets his ice small off a purple chest. Yeah, it would not surprise me to see him go in Knockout Desert right now. Technically not in Logic without the small key, but...
Harris Wall just hanging out in Super Bunny.
Yeah, that's not really what Tyler wanted to see, I'm sure. Does he get red mail?
I mean, do you just do it while you're up here? Like, while I'm here. Hey, nice bow.
With this bow showing up? Oh, gosh. The Desert Small is up here, too. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess he's leaving, so...
Well, there's always Spike Cave, too.
There, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about Cape. Alright, Tyler's gonna respect the basement.
if this is your answer in any capacity, when do you ever get back up here? You're kind of suckered into it now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like anything that you leave up on the mountain at this point is kind of getting left for last location. Otherwise. Because you just don't want to come back up here until you go hopefully beat Turtle Rock. Or at the very least go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and any value you pull out of the basement check is going to feel like a good call. I mean, even if it's a small key to who knows what, you know, pod 5 or whatever, you still feel like, okay, that was worth it.
Nope. Just $50.
The value.
Value. Inside a desert, not very interesting for Sean. Just a piece of heart in Spike Cave, so yeah, the mountain trip really not paying off there for Tyler. Got the info for TR, but not terribly much else.
So for Tyler, this is Pod Eastern then, right?
I could conceive of him. I know he does not like Pyramid Ledge, but I could conceive of him going to Pyramid Ledge and doing the 2 castle tower checks like we saw from Sean into Pod Eastern. Because he knocked out the rest of this stuff north of this.
All right, very clean fight from Sean there, taking down the Lambos. Grabbing their... pardon me, excuse me. Their 3rd dungeon finish.
Oh, yeah, good call by PTG. That's right, the bow was up there on the mountain though. So that was actually the big pull for Tyler. Sean's gonna junk the mushroom. He still has Zora checks.
Right, Tyler grabbing their half magic, gonna continue on their way.
The pod big is in the Skullwoods big chest, and the Skullwoods big key is in Eastern. So Tyler's about to be getting the Skullwoods big key and not being happy about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that'll be one of those where they just have to remember to check it when the Thieves' Tide big or something shows up. Hopefully. But yeah, Sean gonna continue on this route of thorough of I'm gonna just, if I can clear it completely out, I'm going. So Ice Palace next on the list. As we see our first dip into pod. 4 small keys and a bow. Gotta feel pretty nice.
TR big in the shooter room of pod.
Okay.
Yeah, she notes in chat.
Maybe?
Yeah, this is a guaranteed double dip of pod for Tyler. I think the question's going to be at this point, in terms of bridging this gap, or I guess the two questions: how much does Tyler pull from pod, and does Sean do the mountain before going to pod?
Yeah, that's a great question. If Sean wants the info, then maybe he does the mountain and gets lucky with that bow. But having so many pod smalls too could be the idea of, oh, I have the pod and the big. Let me just get all I can out of the density that is pod. Because just with the item set that Sean has now, they can do 13 to 14.
Although if he did get 13, I guess he would be left needing a 5th small key. Oh no, he could only get... Oh, you're right, yeah. But he would still need a 5th small.
Well, I mean...
It's easy, right? There's just going to be one here in the back. This is cross keys, right? There we go, see? What did I tell you?
Nailed it!
Excellent cross key seed. Plus the big key to thieves, that's very beatable. That has the potential to be very good for Tyler, provided that he mirrors and goes into Eastern after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you absolutely nailed it, Aria. 2025 People's Choice Commentator of the Year right there.
That's why I successfully completed 6 matches in this tournament.
I already said 4th best runner in a group of 3. You're not going to beat me on that one.
Yeah, I agree, Shin. I think that Tyler is pretty much priced in to diving Eastern. He did his best to greet it.
Yeah, I think you have to, because if this is me, I'm thinking if the pod big is in Eastern, I can just mirror right back and grab it. If it's not and it has X, it's still worth it because I'm here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's the 4th tier small for Sean, and another really good boss fight. Sean's boss fights have really been clean.
Yeah, excellent execution. Sean is mirroring.
Yeah, gonna mop up that Zora area like you were talking about.
Yep, makes sense. I don't think that this necessarily precludes him from going to pod next, but I would be very tempted to do the mountain stuff just to get info, and hey, if you spike something that lets you beat a dungeon there, that's pretty nice. Tyler picks up the Skullwood's big key that he probably didn't want to see, but actually turns out to really need to see. GT big for Sean, so here's a decision point. It's going to be mountain. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I would suspect if Sean's going to continue with this thorough route that they've had, they will also do Spike Cave and Hair Basement when they get over there.
It would actually not surprise me if he wound up skipping one or even both because of the bow, though. I would be really tempted to just do pod. It's not an easy decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hera Basement in particular, like that is definitely a time sink. Tyler's almost done with his Eastern dive, and gotta figure he's headed to Thieves and then probably, hopefully for him, north to the Skullwoods Big Chest. There's the bow for Sean, Desert Small.
Oh yeah, that is one thing I forgot that was in here was that Desert Small. It's going to be a little annoying for Sean if they want to get back there and check that, having already beaten Desert.
Yeah,
Can
very
always
true.
try to grab it with the Meyer play, but yeah, Tyler remembering that big king, chasing it right away is going to pay big dividends.
Yeah, at this point, you know, you pick up that Desert Small, having already, well, in Sean's case, already beaten the dungeon. Yeah, you don't want to be going back there until you get the flute and get to Meyer area. Sword Slash from Tyler, getting that pod big.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate double dip, but I mean, I could also, you know, going back in time, obviously, we can see that skipping Eastern at the time made a lot of sense too. So
yeah, as he gets into a dungeon, we're going to switch over to Tyler's audio for a little bit. I forget that this button exists sometimes, especially when I'm not actually tracking. So yeah, Sean is committing to the thoroughness that we did see from Tyler. Which is going to be good for Tyler, I think, probably in the long run. Yes, good call, Shin. I forgot that Tyler hasn't done the sick kit check. That's where that desert big is.
yeah, we'll have a very efficient clear of just going in there and getting all of Desert in one go too.
Yeah, that'd be super nice.
And really, I mean, there's not much left between our runners at that point. It's Helma and
There's our Swamp Small.
and okay, yeah, I can say in the big chest, and then what's here? That's kind of it. So.
So yeah, this feels like this provides a pretty nice little roadmap. Beat Thieves into, hopefully, again, remember Sick Kid, into Swamp.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a situation for Tyler where it's, oh, I've got the Swamp Small. I know exactly where I'm going to go next. And then, you know, you just kind of get ahead of yourself. Nice pod 6.
Yeah, pod 6 and Blind Cell. Terrific. Thank you, game. All right, it's the moment of sadness, probably. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. Shin, do you have this one covered? Thank you, Durak Sharna, who often kills it here for us as a tracker for the raid. Derek GNC raided a little bit earlier that I didn't see. Welcome on into this Game 3. Winner moves on. Loser unfortunately gets eliminated. Matchup between Tylersalt and SeanRhapsody in Kabuki.
Nice logical force double dip of pod there.
Yeah.
I mean, logical was that. But... Hey now!
Hey, Bombos on blind. icerod.laserbridge.meme.
I mean, no, it's not entirely too early to play this fun little game, but what do we need? Ice Rod, Meyer Big, CT2? Flute?
Eastern Big.
Oh, yeah, Eastern Big.
And potentially another medallion for Meyer.
Nah, double Bombos confirmed.
Double bomb. Okay. Sounds good. Saves time. Tyler gets the Desert Big. How goes the match? This has been, honestly, a really close one. There's been a few moments of divergence, but I think the two players have kind of moved pretty close back to each other here.
Yeah, it's really been a story of Tyler has had a route that's really, really paid off. Whereas Sean has been very, very thorough trying to mop and clean everything in an area so they never have to go back, which has led to some keys and items that when they get to those dungeons, they can do them in one try. Like what we're seeing in this particular dungeon they're in now. So we'll see long-term how that really plays out.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, honestly, Tyler has actually been exceptionally thorough too. I think Sean's, like, to your point, that Sean's routing has actually worked out a little better in some circumstances in terms of being able to single dip dungeons. But I feel like Tyler's also had some other efficiencies too that have led to this basically being it's honestly kind of hard for me to divine which player is in a better position at this moment.
Well, nice silvers.
Yeah. Silvers and Swamp. Pod Big Chest had the Meyer Big. So, I mean, I really don't think that Tyler's going to be missing that.
No, it'll just be going back to set up that bomb jump one more time. Yeah, I think it would help Sean's case a lot. And this is not to say that Sean is emphatically behind, because I don't believe that's the case. But if there's nothing on like the right side of desert, so they don't have to worry about using that small key when they get it, and then going back into a dungeon they've already done. If Helmet has something like the Eastern Big, and they can just knock it while they're right here, stuff like that, would really start helping their cause even more to tighten this race up again.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that. Honestly, I think Eastern Big being on Helma would put things in really great position for Sean. And this is the stage of like an AD Keys C2 where we're not only looking at what do we need, but like what kind of things could be in GT for endgame decision making. And we already know that CT2 can, we know that Eastern Big Key can. We don't know what the third pendant is as far as I know.
Yeah, neither runner I believe has it marked, so yeah, it's possible Ice Rod is just sitting in there, or whatever the medallion for Meyer, if it's not Bombos, is. Could just be sitting there, who knows?
Yeah, even Flute.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, having already dipped Eastern, barring the Eastern Big being on Helmasaur, we'll see Sean race right over and knock out Themestown right behind. And then kind of follow Tylersalt, I would guess, right into Swamp right after that, too. So we'll see Sean follow Tyler's footsteps. And I would guess we'll see Tyler run over to Desert after this.
Yeah, I would think so. It would. Yeah, he's got a fully clearable dungeon. That definitely makes sense. Tyler probably figures that he has to go back to pod. Oh, there's the Eastern big though, so that
And
could
wow.
and CT2. Wow. Alrighty then.
All right, Fluid Ice Rod.
That might actually change my calculus if I was Tyler, because he can just close out those 2 dungeons, and if Flute is there, that makes the desert
Absolutely.
situation
I
nicer.
absolutely agree with that call.
Sean into the Helma fight. Helma not being very nice, I gotta say.
Sean using the face tank strategy and just hammering that crystal down.
Yeah, the players are on red mail now, so it works. Hey, it's a stick.
Hey, French vanilla. Yeah, and Tyler having the silvers, that Eastern and Helma kill will be very quick. Both of our runners have both items out of Castle Towers, so we won't see. That was so fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see it on the restream.
I didn't see it.
It's a pendant TR.
Gross.
So Ice Rod is the one thing that could be in GT.
I'm pretty happy if I'm Tyler seeing that Quake too. That's 66%
Yeah.
for Meyer now.
Yep, swamp down for Tyler. That's the second fight. So I could see Tyler taking these red crystals into Pod Eastern.
Absolutely. Yeah, it would make sense to me.
Or nope, he's just gonna go to desert.
If something like Flute is sitting on the right side of desert, then that's gonna feel real good for Tyler.
Yeah, I think Sean's gonna basically chase everything else first. And for good reason, because he's gonna be led by the Swamp Small to Swamp, he's gonna be led by the Eastern Big Key to Eastern, and the Bombos will probably lead him to TR. That's a lot more lucrative than running all the way out to desert for the right side. Sad night for the Desert Palace Closet. It looks like Tyler's tracker is the same as mine, so I think the only small keys in the entire game we haven't seen are 2 GT keys and Ice 2. John picks up Pod 6, which has literally no value to him.
Absolutely perfect fire rod fight from Tyler on Lambo, and Sean matches it with a perfect scripted blind.
And Tyler still has to knock out a Gina's check here.
And 6 crystals apiece for our runners, and we're off to the next one. Or not crystals, but dungeon clear, sorry.
Alright, so Tyler... Yeah, Tyler's gonna... You have to think he's gonna do Pyramid Fairy into Pot Eastern. They're trying to get off the damage boost dash, but it didn't quite hit there. After this, you gotta figure that Sean's probably gonna do the exact same thing. Check out Pyramid Fairy, clean up Eastern, and then... I mean, both players at that point are probably just getting pushed to Turtle Rock. Nice couple hearts in Pyramid Fairy. I'm trying to think, like, is there anything that we've really seen these two players not check? I mean, they have been exceptionally thorough all the way through.
Yeah, we'll see Tylersalt just take out Pod and Eastern, and then I would guess head right to TR. What else is there?
No, I mean, it's gonna, yeah, you turn in the green pendant after Eastern. That small key on Lumberjack really not that useful. Speaking of skips, though, SeanRhapsody has skipped the left side, so that is a possibility. Pet is already dead. The only thing that the two things we're missing for Go are Ice Rod and Flute, and neither of them are on Pedestal. Plus maybe an Ether from Meyer, but that's outside GT, so. Alright, Meyer big for Tyler.
If Sean decides to continue skipping left side, maybe they've just reached the point like, okay, you know, I'm getting to the point of few things. Let's start skipping. We can see them both in Eastern.
Yeah, I think that's really feasible.
Sean going for some of those double puff spins, and it's not as easy as some of the runners make it look.
Yeah,
There is
folks
some,
who can do 3 after 3 after 3.
Yeah, there is some finesse to it, so I was able to get most of them, but not all of them. There's a nice arrow shot.
Sean picking up Quake, gets his second 5/6 crystal. I believe that's his 6th crystal overall. He is
Oh, I was
thinking.
thinking about it. I was
I
really
know.
thinking about it.
Yeah. It's not an easy call.
No, but with fewer and fewer things being available and knowing like Pyramid's dead, you know, there's nothing there that we really care about. You know, that was a skip that kind of needed to be made.
Yeah, so I think at this point Tyler has established a bit of a lead. I think Tyler still is in the lead, even if Sean skips that and still does Pyramid Fairy into Eastern, but it's significantly closer. I think crystal number 6 on the board for Tylersalt. We're going to see Eastern get beaten right after this. To answer Krista in chat, yes, Tyler finished making Ovi a little while ago. Ovi looks nice in his red mail.
That immediate like tinge of regret when you go back and fill upside and it has nothing.
Yeah, a lot of the thoroughness checks in this one really have not yielded much of anything, because we saw both players go from Dark Death Mountain back to Hera Basement and Spike Cave. I'm sure that didn't feel great. But, I mean, again, like we've talked about before when we've done comms, right? We play and we're like, oh my gosh, there's no way my opponent did that. I just wasted all this time on this check. And
the random mentality, your opponent does everything right and you've done everything wrong.
Tempered Sword on Armos is nice. Still looking for that nice flute, but I mean, it's on Laser Bridge, so.
I feel like most random runners, when you see Tempered Sword, you're like, oh, okay, we're fine.
Tyler gets around the portal, remembering to turn in this green pendant. And I don't think he has anything left. Well, I guess the only thing he would have left is beating Castle Tower for a small key that we really don't need. Because it's either Ice 2 or one of the 2 remaining GT keys.
Yeah, so our runners basically have done everything they can. Sean hasn't done the right side of Desert, and we know there's nothing there, so hopefully they don't. But we kind of see, yeah, Tyler's pretty much established an Eastern lead at this point.
Yeah, I really don't think that, as thorough as Sean has been, I don't believe he's gonna be that thorough. To save and quit and run all the way back to Desert for a right side. So yeah, it's basically this dungeon clear gap. We did do Spike Cave, both sides. Yes, that is correct. Ice Rod and or Flute will definitely be in here. I think Flute has to be, actually, right? Oh no, the big... I guess I could... No, I guess we could have something super cursed, like the Swamp Big Key.
It's got to be something that leads to it, if nothing else.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like almost nothing left. We even saw a fake powder from Sean, so... Like, there's almost... I think the Swamp Big Chest is literally the only thing out there that's not locked by Flute. Even if Ice Rod is here, we still need the Flute because we got to get to crystal number 7 out in the mire area.
Yeah, and both our runners would enjoy seeing Ice Rod here. It's just
they'd
go
love
above
it.
mire and race to the end at that point.
Honestly, you'd love to see, you'd love to see Ice Rod before Flute. Because I think if you, I think right now if you get Flute here, say in Chomps, you're leaving.
Oh, I would... yeah, I would agree with that.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, because then you just hope to find it in mire.
Yeah, or GT.
Yeah, the other side of that coin is, if you keep going and then you find Ice on Laser Bridge, you're going to be clearing a lot of stuff for nothing.
Oh, oh, absolutely. If it, yeah, I don't know.
I would stay, especially if I found it in, yeah, if I found it, especially if I found it in Lava Chest, I just keep going. Trying to dodge, because could you imagine clear the basement, it's just in Laser Bridge.
Yeah, both players check the mushroom. Nothing of importance there. Nice Flute.
Yeah.
No, Tyler's following your... Yeah.
For small keys, that kind of makes sense. Something sit there.
I mean, if Ice Rod's here the rest of the way, this match is mostly on wraps unless there's like a disastrous occurrence.
Yeah, if Ice Rod's not here, then it really becomes, do you not clear mire and just trust it's a GT? Is it a GT route issue? I mean, it opens up some possibilities. Tylersalt checking that big chest, and now it's going to do mimics. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, if you spike the item, it's the right call. I think I've only had that happen a couple times, but it's one of those little things that makes you feel good.
You've only got to be right once to feel good about it all the time. 60% it works all the time or something.
Yeah, I think that's the odds. I think that's what I was told.
We'll have Gilgamesh run the numbers on that.
Tyler's made it to Crystal Roller.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, every time you're opening a chest, you're like, oh! Just really hoping to just will that into existence.
Yeah, and as we said when they came in, like, the odds are exceedingly high that Flute was going to be in here. Otherwise, it's Swamp Big Key for Flute, which is disgusting, but...
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, you are left with that decision. And the interesting thing, actually, now, Tyler was enough ahead that he's going to basically be able to knock out Laser Bridge by the time Sean gets this Flute. So... he did take a fall. Oh, Sean's continuing too, so.
All right, not here.
Yep.
I still think continuing makes a lot of sense there, because you run the risk of opening a lot of chests that you never have to.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I still don't know if I would have had the wherewithal, but you're also, I think basically everywhere else you're left with choices too.
Right.
You know, you go to Meyer here, are you going to do left side? I would be surprised if cutscene gets done.
You've got all 3 smalls.
You sure do.
You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah.
I think this really leads into this is the best case scenario for Sean, if we're being real. If, like you said before, if Ice Rod's sitting on Laser Bridge, this is Tyler's race. To just be efficient, do everything that your rando brain knows what to do, and just keep going. Now it's, okay, do you do cutscene in the left side? Do you... if it's in GT, are you skipping anything? Do you skip? What do you do in that scenario?
Yeah, I think it's basically... Yeah, Sean needs some deviation from Tyler. It's basically what it comes down to, and unfortunately, staying in the dungeon doesn't give that to him. It gives Tyler some additional avenue to knock out some checks. Now, obviously, like, this is not a spoiler race. Tyler does not know where Sean is, but Tyler does have a little leeway to play with right now.
Yeah, and another question to that, if it's not in Meyer per se, does Sean go and do the desert right side, since they're all going to be back in this area?
I think Sean probably will. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Those are 2 rather quick checks off of the mirror.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot area right now. What are you thinking? Is it in Meyer or is it in GT?
I think it's in Ganon's tower.
I would tend to agree with you.
I mean, I'm also massively playing the odds there, so... but... Yeah, I think it makes... I don't know, I've had different people offer different opinions, but I mean, Tyler's definitely gonna do the top chest on the left side. This is quick. It could just be a... I would be very tempted to have it be everything but cutscene. Tyler is skipping nothing. How many checks do they have in GT? 27.
Aria, do you mind another what-if scenario?
I do not mind a what-if scenario.
Would you have saved a portal there? Now, I understand that would require going into Meyer, finding the Ice Rod, beating it, and then getting yourself killed, which would take quite a long time with Red Mail. There is a murder dactyl in that bottom corner that would speed that process along. But then, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Is that faster than going through all of TR?
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, never mind.
No, it probably is.
No, don't even waste your time. It's not even possible. You'd have to save and quit to go activate the flute. Duh. Never mind. You would have to die on the mountain for that to be viable.
Oh, yeah,
That's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
Never mind.
How hard is it to die on Red Mail, Shin? I die in this game all the time. Hey, look, it's the swamp pig that we wanted to see.
There's no way.
No, I was about to say the same thing. These 2 players have been literally as thorough as you could be in this game, and I still don't believe that there's any chance they're gonna go look up the swamp pig chest. Like, that's one of those checks where it's like, if it's there, that I am somehow more than 100% okay with it being my last location.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the part of Rando that no one, kind of wants to talk about is something has to be last. I will die on this hill. Something has to be last. Whether you want it to be or not, it's gonna be. And you just have to be okay that something's gonna be last. If that's what beats you, so be it.
Yes, noted in chat. Rando is in fact randomized. It's wild.
That's what they want you to think. And then you find chickens and Chicken Hut on Enemizer, and well...
No. Or, you race Gamma and cross keys, and then, wow, it's interesting how certain things wind up in certain places.
I mean, the science checks out there. That's weird.
I like Sean's call there of checking the big chest first. So again, it's another one of those, hey, if it's right there, you spike it, you save yourself time and decisions.
Nice spooky setup by Tyler there. I'll learn that one day.
Playing cross keys has ruined spooky for me because I learned it after I started playing cross keys, and then you almost never get to really use it. Then I go back to play modes like Kabuki or whatever, and it's like, oh right, that thing. Sean skipped cutscene though, by the way, so that is a time saver providing he does not go do it.
Alright, Meyer, not the answer. Shock.
Unless it's that swamp big chest smile. So there was discussion in chat about perspective tax that Tyler might take here in GT. But honestly, it would really surprise me to see him do anything other than gut the basement. No, like, really wild, aggressive climb or something.
Yeah, climbing first seems so dangerous because you're doing what you have to do anyway for 4 potential checks to have to climb the mountain again. Yeah, if it's inverted, then yeah, 100% you climb first because it's
drop
you
that's...
right off. But that's not the case here.
Is there a GT key on PED? No. There is a small key that is on Lumberjack that neither player got because they got the 2 items in Castle Tower before getting CT2 in Swamp.
Yeah, and it feels like it has to be. I think that's all the small keys we have left is GT, right?
It's 2 GT and then 1 for Ice.
Oh, right.
Those are literally the only keys we haven't seen in this entire game.
Yeah, this seed really did a good job just, I don't want to say being linear necessarily, but just kind of putting everything in your path. The only hard double dip, I think, was pod, wasn't it? Like, required double dip?
Trying to think if Eastern was.
Even pod, I guess, wasn't required, quote unquote. Logically, it was.
But... So, Tyler started off here in Hope Room, going Hope left. Yeah, Sean is gonna do right side desert. Fortunately, he's not gonna get anything. Tyler keeps pulling things in that room and races you count for him.
I'm gonna start charging him at this point.
I mean, I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. If not, he doesn't get to use that gold sword on Ganon.
Swordless says hello. Justice for Swordless in League?
Justice for Swordless. We didn't have Swordless last year, did we?
I had Swordless the last 2 years. Justice for Inverted in main tournament. Actual Inverted, not that made-up version.
Is Swordless in the mix this year? They are just starting the process of trying to figure out what is in the mix this year.
It's like an Inverted 2.0, Bingo. What was the other one? There was another one that was just...
I really don't remember.
Pilot spoiler, I'm sure will be
right,
Pilot
spoiler.
Yeah, there you go, Tyler. I wonder. Yay. Alright, Sean gonna start their foray into GT. See which way they want to go.
Yeah, push to Compass Room would potentially make this super close. Tyler needs Mirror Shield, and he's got it. Yeah, Sean's gonna go hope to Compass here, probably by passing Tile Room.
Well,
yeah, if Ice Rod's here in Compass Room, that... Well, it's actually going to be really close now, because Sean had to backtrack for a torch. It's going to be exceptionally close. If not, I would say that really Tile Room's the one variable left in the seed. And there's Ice Rod.
Baby, here we go.
Things have just switched.
The race is on, lads. Go.
So yeah, Sean's got that Ice Rod. Tyler, having gone through the left side, needs to go pick up this small too, so it's a little extra time here that Sean has gained.
136.50 is the entrance into the front of TR.
Yeah, Zach's making a note. Tyler is up a sword.
Yeah, and that's a great point too. The clocks are off by about a second. So I'm going to call that about a 20-second difference as far as for entrance.
Yeah, Tyler definitely letting his lack of enthusiasm with this situation be known.
Well, and it's, you know, we brought it up earlier about, you know, my opponent does everything right. If you're Tylersalt, immediately what you're thinking, my opponent and I entered at the same time at best. They went right, I went left. This is, you know, da-da-da. Also, hello,
Why
Jeff.
Why do we play this game?
Because it costs me nothing. I mean, because I've met wonderful people in the community who have enriched my life.
That's very real and very accurate. As GFE's noting in chat, they're like, yeah, for game 3, this is what you want. if you're commented, if you're watching it, maybe with a little reflection, if you're playing it and not sweating it out in the moment, like these two players are right now.
I mean, I can't think of a better time to shout the runners out, honestly. SeanRhapsody, Tylersalt, go ahead and give them a follow.
Yeah. I mean, this is a heck of a series. These matches have been tight. They've swung on a lot of little things here or there. This would be a fun series to see go 5 games and see all 5 modes tossed in the fray. Tyler's gonna try the backdoor strats. Nice.
Yeah, gets the 0 cycle, that's big.
Yeah, that gold sword has chopped into this SeanRhapsody lead a little bit.
Yeah, we'll try to do the timer on sword up. Alright, 139.54. Tylersalt having more hearts and more magic will have a lot less refill time too, and we're just talking, yeah, 140.05.
11 seconds.
Yeah, that saved 9 seconds on the run there.
Fast as butter go on Ganon. These two players are not going to miss the 1-1. Oh, assuming that both players had gold sword. Sean is not going to get it, but yeah, they're not going to get it. But yeah, Tyler would be apt to get the 1-1 with tempered, and there's a great chance that Sean will too.
One of the things I like to say, especially when it comes to the climb, if you're looking for a way to brush up your rando and your NMG time, this is a really good spot to stick in some time in, because you're going to do the GT climb a lot. And here's one of those reasons where it's going to show.
Yeah, it feels like Tyler's already chopping a few seconds off here.
Yeah, some unfortunate RNG with these enemies for both runners, but
yeah, this is another one of those situations where you have moments like, either player bumps into a spike or bad RNG that at the start of like a cross-key seed, you're like, oh, that's kind of obnoxious. And at the end of a winner go home main tournament race, you're like, that could mean the difference between the whole thing.
yeah, both runners getting some unfortunate landmo RNG and missing those silver shots.
I think Sean's gauntlet was just a little bit smoother, but it is still tight, like incredibly tight.
If you ever wanted to know why I don't have the race room open while I'm racing, this is why I don't have it open. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it does. I've always said to people, it doesn't do me any good to have it up there. If I lose, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, I can lose on my own. Both runners will need the key here, so.
Yeah, it looked like that mini Helma key could be a problem for Tyler, but he did a good job recovering there.
Okay, excellent job by Sean there.
we're about to come up on the Iga 2 fight. In all of the AD modes in this tournament, there's no Aga blue balls, there's no Ganon warps. A little surprised that Tyler opened validation there.
And both the runners will have to go through Castle Tower as well, so there's a little bit more to this before the Ganon fight.
Yeah, even with no blue balls, if if this Aga 2 fight with the nerves, you get maybe some awkward patterns and your opponent can knock it out a cycle earlier. That's significant time. That's 5 hits for Sean, 3 cycles.
Oh yeah, Tyler getting 2 on that one.
Oh, they counterfeited.
Oh, it must not have worked or counted.
Yeah, Tyler.
I could have swore I heard 2 sounds for the hit there. That's my bad.
Oh, that sinks. But yeah, we still have the Castle Tower play here. That could. Oh boy, if Tyler saves that 1 cycle, that's maybe not exactly a toss-up, but pretty close to it.
Alright, 145.04 through the door. And 145.16, so we're back to 12 seconds. Yeah, losing an Aga cycle on that fight would have put this about even, I think. Or darn close. Now, yeah, 12 seconds on an Aga cycle, I guess is generous.
Yeah, but right now, I mean, we are playing with like super tight margins. Every single little thing under a microscope feels huge. Every bump into an enemy, every potentially missed dash or any kind of awkward RNG.
Nice spin for both red guards there by Sean.
Tyler, the gold sword there, able to save Tyler a little bit of time versus those fire rod shots that Sean had to use. And in that room too, plus the NMG arrows for good measure.
Oh, nice hook dash there.
Yeah, very nice.
Getting to the torch, well done.
It's all down, Kill says it's all down to hook speed. Oh, that's comparable. I can't tell because the OV sprite's height might be different than Sean's.
Yeah,
sprite.
a little shorter. That's got to be, that's not, yeah, that's pretty close.
We gotta account for this here.
Yeah, and as Ari stated earlier, because of the mode, there's no blue balls here, so the best the runners can do is how they hit Aga to limit its travel as a shadow.
Yeah, barring a missed energy ball here, I think what Tyler is gonna need from Sean is to not get the 1-in-1.
Yeah.
Or to have some kind of unfortunate setup and putting the silvers into Ganon.
Alright, sort up 147.57. Yeah, we're right at 9 seconds.
That's a nice
Get
torch spin. Oh!
Oh, careful.
Did he get it? He did.
Okay, he got it. That was, I thought that torch had just completely gotten in the way.
Smart job there by Sean, keeping that cape on to assure himself of getting in that first hit here in phase 3. You really have no major need for magic at the end of this fight.
Yeah, that was, oh that was Silver's.
We hit Torch, which is not, which is actually a good thing because it's a setup for a double here for Sean, and that is that.
Oh, it's a very generous double there.
Yeah. Tyler's getting that shot off. He does, and this is such a close finish, but yeah, get your GGs in chat for
There it is
Sean
for Sean.
Rhapsody.
GG.
Yeah. Racetime.gg time of 1:49.14. Tyler right on his heels. Just 14 seconds back. So Tyler's timer did start a little bit late, so I guess
Right.
because it was slightly closer than we thought, and it'd be good if I marked them done so they can come and talk. Done. So yeah, hopefully we can get these two in the booth. Oh my gosh, what a what a game three. Yeah, these two things that went Sean's way at the end, going right in GT, but also he skipped cutscene to Meyer.
And we're going to welcome Sean Rhapsody into the booth. GG.
GG, Sean.
GG. At least it was a nice, entertaining end.
It was a wild one. So I saw that you and Tyler had been talking in the race room. Yeah, this was one of those matches that was honestly super tight until the end. Like, both of you were incredibly thorough. I guess, like, start off with, was that your game plan coming into this match, to try to be as thorough as possible?
Not necessarily. That's just how I am by nature. Like, I have a really hard time orphaning things if I can avoid it. So, like, I thought really hard about skipping left side swamp while I was in there, and then it's like, no, I don't want to leave something there, and like it was actually really hard for me to skip cutscene in Meyer like I did. It's like, because I almost just straight up go mode Meyer. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna make the GT call. I'm just gonna say heck with it. No, this is for all the marbles. Let's just do it. And then I got in the Meyer. It's like, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's understandable. So like the big advantage that you had early was you dipped Eastern and got what seemed like an innocuous Skullwoods big key. And obviously it was a very important one, having the pod big.
Led to the
Tyler,
Beast Town big, and
yeah,
so on and so forth.
So that held a little sway, but Tyler was able to actually just, I don't even really know what changed hands, but he snuck ahead by a little bit. But the two of you were in pretty close company, and you started chopping off time with that left side, or the cutscene Meyer skip. And then obviously the thing that actually pulled you in front was going to Compass. Yeah, GT.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And that's, I guess today Rando was on my side.
Yeah, I mean, it was again though, it was a super close match, so it's not like you were chasing by a whole bunch and had to get mega lucky, you know. I mean, Taylor and I were talking throughout the race about how excellent your boss fights were in this race.
Yeah, I didn't feel awful about any of them. Like, some couple of them could have been a little cleaner, but that's the nature of it sometimes, I guess. And I was feeling on edge, especially the last half of it, because I knew how strong Tyler was, and it's like, you know, I've gotta be on top of things, because like I felt like my route, especially early on with that Eastern dip, was strong. But then as I kept full clearing more and more stuff, it's like, if that was an advantage, I might be losing it by doing all these extra checks. But and then as it got closer and closer to the end there, and Tyler still hadn't finished, it's like, okay, this might actually be happening.
Yeah, we were saying that there was like a lot of between the two of you. You were both extremely thorough. Like honestly, the only thing we did not see outside of GT was the swamp big chest, and I'm sure that was a real joy to find in Mire.
Yeah, that was an that was 100%. This is the very last thing I'm looking at. But yeah, definite GGs to Tyler. He got me the last time up in the Animizer tournament earlier this year, so I guess this time it was my turn.
And you move on now, second round of 32, to face, I believe it's 2C, correct?
Mm-hmm. Another toughie.
I mean, nothing but when you get into the playoffs, right?
Well, this is true.
So, have you played 2C previously?
If I have, it's been a long time ago. Definitely never in like a tournament setting, I don't think. I may have crossed 2C's path in ladder once or twice, but not that I can remember offhand.
That's definitely a matchup to look forward to.
Hey, I crossed one off the bucket list. I won a bracket round, so baby steps.
Hey, it's something to be proud of,
But yeah, thanks for the last minute commentary and restream, since we kind of snuck this one in there.
Happy to do it. Yeah. Like Taylor and I were able to do 2 of these in this matchup, and I was here last for Crosskeys too. So it was a lot of fun to watch all three of these matches.
Always a big fan when someone wants to let me do commentary late at night.
Yeah, I can't really. I don't know if I have a whole lot else to say about it. I mean, there was a definite route to hit on this one. It seems like me and Tyler both kind of hit it a little bit. Full clearing a Kabuki seed in under 150s, not too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty, for the amount that you did, you both did it really efficiently, and it's a shame that either of you has to lose because of how well you played in this series, but GG's, congrats, and best of luck versus 2C in the next round.
Thank you.
Talon, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us tonight. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we sign ourselves out of here?
Nope. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us for a while. Thanks both of our runners for putting on an amazing show. Arya, thanks for inviting me in the booth with you again.
Yeah, super great. Loved it just like the last time. Hopefully we won't be the last time that we do it in this tournament. Hanging out and enjoying some comms and some good races.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of Rando. And if you like Rando, especially like the past randomizer kind, keep an eye on all the SpeedGaming family of channels for even more from the 2025 main tournament. We have much more to come as the first round starts to wrap up and we look into round number 2. But yeah, that's going to do it for us, I think.
Yep, I think there's 3 matches on the schedule tomorrow if you count Jamo versus PRD Wong at midnight, and why wouldn't you? Maybe some more matches like this one will pop up. Just keep an eye out. But yeah, for Talon, I'm Arya. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope y'all have a great night.